So there's this guy wanting to sell something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a website? Is it a domain?
I don't know
What
that.
domain for $10 is offering it to about 30,000?
He must be a very inconsequential keyboard warrior. That's how they behave. But I mean, I saw. To be honest, I didn't even notice the guy. I don't even lie to you. Like, it wasn't until they brought it to my attention, and then I looked and I saw this guy was trying to think something about the domain name.
Yes.
So they say he bought a couple of domain names, and whether he thought we were not going to launch because he got, but like, I'm not going to say we have a broker going live in 30 days if we don't have a domain name. That's crazy. We already had W Markets had been ready 6 months before I mentioned it. We had the platforms ready, we had everything. Because it's the same platform we're using for Willis Capital that we'll use for W Market. As at the time when we were doing it, obviously we're working on bringing MT4 and MT5 back. It's crazy for anybody to think that they will stop the launch of my brokerage firm just because you went, and they thought I was going to call it Willis Market. So just because I called it Willis Capital. No. As a matter of fact, at some point we would have to take the Willis out of Willis Capital. We'll have to rebrand Willis Capital because it's bigger than Dapo Willis. But at the point I will step down as CEO, like, I've built a sustainable Forex trading platform here. You know, it's beyond the Dapo Willis brand. But you will not believe that just because it's called Willis Capital, influencers no degree. When we try and sign influencers, they'll be like, Willis. So what does that mean? So I'll work for Dapo Willis. Lie. Bro, it's wild. I'm not joking, wild.
Is that much hate?
The hate is crazy. Even we have a podcast, which you need to come on. They told one of the big traders, other big traders, like, okay, forget about Willis Capital. Come on our podcast. Anything that has to do with Willis Capital, I will not do it.
Is the hate that deep?
Debo.
Statistics shows that over 85% of you that are watching this channel is not subscribed. Now, at this point, I don't know how to convince you to join the tribe, but on this channel, we try to bring entrepreneurs. For now, we're focusing on traders to educate you on what Forex trading is, basically how to make money with Forex and how to play the Forex game the right way. Subscription, or you subscribing, is the only way you help us and you tell us you enjoy what we are doing and you want us to continue. So if you're enjoying what you're watching right now, just click on the subscribe button. Use this time to click on the subscribe button. Do well to like the video. Drop a comment. If you have any request, if you have any question, always drop it in the comment section and we'll be glad to answer you and attend to you. I'm sorry I've taken your time so long, so let's get back to the video. Enjoy your video. So welcome back, guys. Welcome back to this wonderful episode a new episode on the Direkta Show. And to be honest, the person we're sitting with today, if you are not careful, you would mistake him for the owner of Forex in Nigeria. Let me explain. You don't mention Forex trading in Africa without the name Dapo Willis. And I'm not saying it because he is here. If you literally just type the word Forex trading, and this is something I did myself, if you just go and type Forex trading on maybe YouTube, whatever, probably just put Forex trading Nigeria, the first 5 videos you see, you're going to see one of his videos. Or if you decide to type top-down analysis, the first video you will see is his own. So that means this person has been here for over a decade. They are the forerunners of the Forex industry, and I never thought I was going to get him this fast to sit with us on this show, but he is here, right? So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dapo Willis. So before we get into it, right?
Yeah. How's it going, guys? You good? Good.
That's a shout out. All right. So before we get into it, is Dapo Willis your real name?
Oh yeah, it is.
How?
I'm Yoruba.
What Dapo is short for something?
Ife Dapo is the full name.
Okay, the Willis.
So Ife Dapo is in Yoruba means Ife is love, and Dapo is together. So what love has brought together. So I'm a product of love. Hence why I'm a lover boy.
We'll get to that. Because I was looking at like your biography to like get those botanical names so I can like shock you and like this guy knows my name.
Well, you couldn't find anything.
Couldn't find any. I keep saying Dapo Willis.
So I shortened the name since I was in 9th grade, GS3. It was crazy. Wow. Yeah, because it was my name is extremely long, and I just got sick of writing. You know, the front of your front of your notebook.
Yeah.
God, the name long guy. And even my surname was even a bit longer, so it was. I have a Muslim, so it's a Muslim compound last name. So I removed the Muslim part out of it because my dad isn't Muslim. My grandparents are Muslims. But my dad isn't Muslim. We're not practicing Muslims. I'm a Christian. Obviously, I grew up with my mom's side of the family. We're predominantly Christian. So it got to a point whereby, just for the sake of clarity, so that people were not getting confused, you know, obviously I still respect Islam and all that, but I'm just not Muslim, so I had to remove the Muslim name. But my full government name, like they would say, has a Muslim intonation to it. So, but Dapo Willis, everybody knows me.
Dapo Willis, everybody, yeah. So let's before we get to the Dapo Willis we all know, right? Yeah. I have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready, man.
Before we get there,
I hope you can keep up.
I can.
Cool, let's go.
I'm going to enjoy this one.
Yeah.
So let's start from your background, right? Because it seems like you're very intentional.
Okay.
I mean, your name is too long.
Okay.
You decided to shorten it.
Okay.
That is you doing something a lot of us will not normally do because we kind of. You said, what class did you say you changed the name?
Grade 9. So that's, I think, GS3.
GS3.
Yeah.
At GS3, I think a lot of us are still taking orders from our parents. Yes. We cannot do something like that.
Let me even tell you a little story about that name change thing. So my dad came for visiting day one day because my high school was in Lekki Phase 1. So my dad came to school for visiting day one day, and I think they had showed him the next term school fees bill. So Baba was already angry. My dad was already pissed off. It was his turn to pay school fees. You know, so Baba was upset. Where are your results? Where are your this? Where are your books? Like Baba was looking for every reason to be angry, and the assistant housemaster now came out. As obviously, you could tell like my dad was already tense. Maybe I don't even offend the guy one particular time like this. Baba just came out and said, hey, Mr. Willis, your son say he wants to remove, because the full last name is Abdul Willis.
Okay.
So he said, so he said your son said that he doesn't want to be Al Qaeda, so you have to remove. My dad went mad in the whole, because visiting day was held in dining halls. Dining hall. My dad went crazy, he was so upset. So, but I mean, I apologize, but at the end of the day, you know, I guess that's what really motivated me to work really hard. I hate taking orders from people. Yeah, I don't really like taking orders from people. So but another thing about me is I was stooped to conquer. So I mean, he was paying the school fees. Like I was living under my parents' roof. So I stuck with the Abdul for as long as they were paying my bills. And when it was time, Dapo Willis, he was truly sorry for
stuck with the Abdul as long as they were paying.
As long as somebody's feeding you, you have to do exactly what they say. So when it was time for me to, and I started making money very early. By 18, I was already making money thanks to Forex.
Oh, Forex is like the first thing you did to make your major.
So my first ever venture into business was transportation business. I wanted to own a bus company. I don't know if you know Young Chagro.
Yeah.
I go for motors. That was my
God is good and the rest of it.
Yeah, that was, I don't calculate everything, say more. Guy, if I do transportation from Port Harcourt to neighbor or Lagos to Ibadan at 900 naira per seat or 1,000, that then I don't know what the price is now. But at that time when I was in high school, so this we're talking about 2010, 2011, when I was in SS2, SS3, I calculate everything for prep class. I don't calculate, say, if I get 17 seats for my bus, if I do 1K, 1, 2, suppose they see 17K, one trip, 17K on that trip, the bus fee do 2 trips that day. So in a day, that time 50K per day was a lot of money. So I calculated 50K multiplied by 20 days. You know, we are looking at almost 1 million naira, 2 million naira a month in revenue, and that time dollar now 160. So you're looking at almost, it's well over $10,000, $12,000 are calculated from one bus. And what was the cost of one bus? It was probably China bus did itself for Surulere at 2.3 million naira. Because I'd gone to do my market research survey.
You had it all planned out.
No, I had my business plan. I had everything ready to go, but my family said no. You can't. You're too young. You have to go to school. You just finished secondary school. And for those guys who are watching this, probably the same story for Forex as well. So whatever anybody's going through right now, like I said, I've lived the entire Forex story. So I know somebody comes to me and tells me, "Oh, these are my challenges." I already know the challenge you're facing now, how to solve it, and the challenge you're going to face. So same with me. I was a kid and I just wanted to make money. I was tired of taking. And you know, African parents can be very somehow, man. they get as they be. I love them, but they are control freaks. So I so desperately needed my independence, you know. So I wanted to go into the transportation business, and even when I wanted to do something that was, that you would think would be a welcome idea, you know, it was a no. Well, I guess they did it from a place of love. You know, they did it from a place of love because, you know, one thing I've learned about parents, obviously I'm a lot older now, and I have younger cousins and, you know, nephews and nieces. Sometimes they advised us based from a place of safety. You're scared. They don't want this boy. What they talk say you want to do boss business? Like, all my parents could see was their son in the bus park shouting, Sabori Boyaba. Sabori Boyaba. That's what they could see. I was saying, they're like, no way. Like, so like my mom, because my mom obviously is my mom. My mom will never tell me don't do something. But I could tell her from her eyes she was worried. You know, but the rest of my family members who were not that caring, they're like, nope, you ain't doing this shit. You got to go to school. You know, so that was my first attempt at business, and they were supposed to fund my boss business idea, and they didn't fund it. A lot of you guys, same thing is happening now. You want your parents to fund your Forex trading career. You have an idea, they don't really give you money. It's part of the process, you know. It's one of those things. So they killed the dream by not funding it, right? And like at the time, I've said this several times. I used to have this cousin who was a very strong mountain of fire guy. You know, at the time, the Baba the Kabanj based on say they try, you know, look for one or two, you know, jobs just to follow up and all that. You know, Nigeria is the most straightforward place. The country hard, no worry. I know that one for free. So, you know, he used to go to Mountain of Fire, so I started following him to church as well. And at the time, I was kabanshing like, God, I beg, I need this to work. And one day, I just from the body language of my family members, I could tell like they were not gonna sponsor my dreams of becoming a transport magnate. You know, so I went
because you don't see past the Sabo in Boyaba now.
They
see past that.
They've seen everything. They were just scared, really and truly, and they were like, "This boy, like, what are you talking about?" You know, at the time, my mates were going to Palms, ShopRite. Then ShopRite was Pound. I don't know if you know, like Palms was the thing. Like ShopRite back then. Hey, you know, so with your Pim Souls. Remember Pim Souls? When Whiskey dropped Holla at Your Boy. I was in secondary school when Whiskey dropped. I was in SS3 when Whiskey dropped Holla at Your Boy. You know, he dropped the video was actually shot in Darwin College in Lekki. My house is very close to Darwin College. So, you know, my mates were in Palms, then Palms or Galleria, Silverbird. This Silverbird that nobody goes to anymore. Some people just tell about Silverbird. Nobody remembers Silverbird. Yo, that's wild, bro. That was the place to go, you know. So, my mates were there rocking Pimsos, checking out girls, the one or twos, with their G-Shock wristwatch. That was the era of G-Shock wristwatch, you know. So, that's what they were doing. But I was busy, you know, crafting out my you know, Lagos to Ibadan. 2 trips per day, how much fuel I go buy and all that. So, it didn't happen. I prayed, and obviously one day I came back home, and from the body language, I could tell that they were not going to fund the business. And God, you know, when I say God, it's not like, I know it's very cliche for people to just come and use the word God and say God did it, but God did. That day He did, because that was the rejection I needed. That was the rejection I needed to redirect my path into Forex trading. So I came down that evening. I went into my room, put the lights off. I was sad. I don't know if I was praying or who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody in the dark. Maybe it was Shango.
I mean, it could be anybody.
I'll tell you another joke about Shango. Guys, I don't worship Shango. When they cut me out of context. But I was talking, and obviously I just come from church, so I believe I was talking to Baba God up there.
Yeah.
Bros J, me and Bros J with the talk. Me and Bros Jesus, we don't understand ourselves. You know, and it was just like, okay, I put the dream to sleep. The transportation dream to sleep, and as God would have it, the next day I was on the dining table eating, and my uncle was watching a movie called Wall Street No Money Never Sleeps. I don't know if you've watched the movie before, but he was a proprietary trader for an investment bank firm called Keller Zabel, and the guy was making a lot of money in the movie, and I found out he was a stockbroker, and the rest they say is history. That's exactly how I got interested.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's I
got into Forex from watching a movie.
Yeah, I got very interested into Forex. Actually, it wasn't Forex I wanted to trade, it was stocks. I wanted to trade the stock market, but obviously with the limitations in Nigeria at the time, you find out that they're not going to, no American broker is going to offer a Nigerian passport holder access to the American stock market. You get what I mean? So there were a lot of limitations, and at the end of the day, Forex brokers were recruiting Forex traders like, hey, bro. They were recruiting. So one guy on Twitter just hit me up and he was just like, have you tried Forex? I was like, nope. So he said, okay, give it a shot.
When was this?
2000 and... So I graduated from secondary school 2011. I want to believe it was also that same 2011 or early 2012. Yes. No, 2012.
2012.
So I'd known about the market, but I got the Forex bug in me properly in 2012. So we're in 2025 now?
Yeah.
So that's 13 years now.
13 years. That's over a decade.
Well over a decade. I told you, over
a decade.
That's why when they talk about these new cats, I'm just like, come on.
We'll get to that. We'll get to all of that, right? Because when I told you guys that I'm sitting with one of the pioneers of Forex in Africa, I did not miss words, and I'm not missing words, right? But listening to you, I kind of noticed the pattern.
Yeah.
You know what you want.
Exactly.
You went for it.
Exactly.
You fail, came back, draw another map, move again.
Gas move.
Now, what gave you that? What's the word? That place where you are and you're like, I can be anything I want to be, or I can do anything. What gave you that confidence? That's the word I was looking for. What gave you that confidence to even want to dream? Because we live in a country, and here's what I'm asking: we live in a country where the average Nigerian thinks it is difficult to even dream. Sometimes you dream and your environment tells you that is too big a dream, right? What gave you that confidence to even make you think that you can compete in the transport level? What made you see yourself there?
First of all, I would say, some things you cannot buy in the market. First of all, I think by virtue of who I am, I believe everybody has a purpose here on earth. Everybody's gifted in whatever thing it is they're gifted in. I would like to believe that one of my strong suits as a human being is the ability to dream big and have the tenacity to go after my dreams. But that's just 5% of it. Talent is just 5% of the equation. The remaining 95% is implementation. That's why you see in secondary school we had a lot of talented people, but 3/4 of the talented people that you knew that could play football, there are boys that if they hold the ball like this,
I know a couple of them.
Hey God, there are boys who say for secondary school, if they hold ball like this, normally they are supposed. Rashford is not supposed to be playing for Man U. There are boys who are a street football team we're supposed to play for Man U right now. True or false?
True.
But where are they? They are nowhere here. So talent is not everything. You get what I mean? So aside from that, what made me believe that my dreams were possible was the environment in which I grew up
That's
in.
what I was going to.
Yes, I'm not going to sit here and act like I was not privileged to a certain kind of information. Most people often mistake when I say privilege for cash privileges. I wasn't given that much money as a child. I'll get to obviously how much my inheritance was later, but it was the privilege of being around very affluent people. I grew up in Port Harcourt. I was born in Port Harcourt, actually. I'm a Yoruba man, but I was born in Port Harcourt, and I lived with my mother and my mom's family for the early stages of my life. Now, my grandfather was a very influential man, very affluent, and by virtue of that, he had a lot of affluent friends, and they used to come to the house. I was his favorite offspring. So, apart from them coming to the house, he used to take me everywhere. You get what I mean? Like, he was part of a Rotary. I don't know if you guys know what the Rotary Club is.
Yes, Rotary.
You know the Rotary Club. Like, at the time, like back in the 90s, Rotary Club was some exclusive, next level stuff. He was a member of the Shell Club. The Shell Club, he used to play tennis. He used to, the guy was a big boy. So I used to follow him. And by virtue of that, my brain was exposed to the finest, not finer, finest things of life. Even down to the tissue paper, you use Andrex. It's not just, so it's, even the spaghetti is a different kind of spaghetti. Like, you eat salmon, fish. I have an uncle till today, he doesn't eat fish that they sell in Lagos, but he lives in Lagos. So you know what they do? He calls his driver in London. They go to Sainsbury's. They buy the fish, right? In the evening, they put the fish in refrigerated packs, and they put it on British Airways that is leaving London, the last British Airways flight that is leaving London, so that is arriving Lagos by 5 a.m. and his driver here goes to pick up the fish, and they bring it to the house, and the chef will make it by 7:30 because he comes down by 8:45 a.m. to eat his breakfast. His fish just got flown in from London. Perspective. So when you have those kind of crazy people around you, like, your dreams have to be valid.
Exactly, definitely.
And this is a lesson to everybody else who's watching this. The best thing you can do for your child, even if you cannot afford to buy them the best clothes, try and put them in the kind of environment whereby they can see things, because the more you see, the more you become. You have to see to become. The less you see, the less you are. So seeing, we are very visual creatures, right? As human beings, we need to see things. Then now the brain now registers that this thing is possible. Then you can become it. So I think that's the second thing. And then last but not the least, so we're talking about the factors that made me feel like, So last but not the least is, people are going to tell me that I'm lying about my uncle's story, but no, I'm telling you, I don't want to call his name. He's my godfather, actually. I don't want to call his name, but my family members who are watching
at the end of the day,
they know who I'm talking about. That guy crazy, yo. That guy, the big boy. The big boy.
The fly fish.
No, they fly fresh fish from Sainsbury's. I used to live in the UK, I'll tell you free. People that live in the UK know what I'm talking about. They buy, is it Sainsbury's? They buy the fresh fish.
God, I beg.
You know what I'm saying? The last but not the least is, for me as an individual, I just like how Burna Boy has the ability to come up with melodies every day in his head. He has the ability to come up with lyrics. He's gifted. He's a natural. It brews in his head. I think one of my gifts is the ability to come up with ideas. Every day I'm in the shower, bro. It is even stressing me out.
That shower idea thing, I think I have it too.
You have it too.
Exactly.
So you're just like, I'm just constantly always thinking about ideas. Now the difference for me is, it got to a point whereby my ideas were starting to suffocate me. Like, it was starting to take over my life, and I had to implement them. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
I'm rearranging because right now that is exactly where I am. My ideas are beginning to suffocate me.
Because except you free them out, you won't even have space for more ideas. You know, obviously we have Willis Capital now, the best prop firm in the world. Click the link down below.
Actually, the best. No.
The best. Willis Capital is the best.
For you to roll 1 year without any scandal,
no.
it's the best.
It's the best, and we're just about to launch our own brokerage as well. So
click the link below.
Down below.
Go get it.
Go and get it. You know, so these are ideas I've had way maybe 5-7 years ago, and I've tried to suppress it for as long as I could, but you know, here we are. And this Willis Capital and W Markets is just even the tip of the iceberg. The things that I have in stock to deliver. When we do this interview again, inshallah, you know, your channel is going to be a lot more massive, globally recognized. You know, you're going to be a lot bigger. I'm definitely going to be a lot bigger.
Definitely.
When we sit down to have this conversation again, it will be totally different from what we're talking about now, because the things that the kind of ground I would have covered by then is going to be astronomical. So I'm not scared to dream, and I'm not scared to implement. You know, one thing about me is I believe in failing and failing forward.
Not scared to dream, not scared to implement.
Yeah, I'm not scared to implement. I mean, if you can gamble money in the Forex market, you should be able to gamble money on your dreams, right? Yeah, if you can gamble money and tell your parents to send you overseas. My school fees when I was in the UK is 12,000 pounds, 24, so you're looking at about 50,000 pounds. So maybe that parents invested maybe about 120,000 pounds on me in total throughout my entire educational stay in the UK. My family, yeah, 120,000.
Okay, that means you came from money, basically.
I won't say I didn't come from money, but I wouldn't say I came from money. There's a huge difference. Davido came from money.
Yeah.
My people don't.
Keep measuring the amount of money.
Yeah. My people we ain't got Adele K money. Man. Adele K money is long, bro. Shout out to my nigga David, bro. Huh? Shout out to David, man. They got bread. They have bread, trust me. I know they have bread. They have bread. You know, when your parents talk about somebody else's parents, and you know that they have money. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, my mom is really like, man, like, even before, so most people don't know, when I was in high school in Lekki, David was in BIS, British International School. So we had mutual friends, and a couple of times I got to be in the same environment with him. So there's a place in Lekki called AstroTurf. There's AstroTurf, there's FunTurf, where you play football and all that. So I remember one particular time, some of my friends came back to school, and they were like, man, we went to David's house, man. David's security no allow us enter inside the house. Everybody was like, wait till I put up. See David say, man, somebody stole his mic. David said somebody stole his microphone. So like David, even him has been on this musical journey forever. So don't think that maybe, there's a lot of work that needs to go in regardless of where you come from. So back to what I was saying, their daily case, they got bread, you know, but I would say we were comfortable. Yeah, we were comfortable in the grand scheme of things, because, man, you know, now that I'm a fully grown man in the playing field, you know, of economic empowerment and capitalism, I would tell you what we had compared to what is going on right now out there, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars. No, we're nowhere near that.
Now that you mentioned hundreds of millions of dollars, I wanted to like take it back.
Yeah.
But
it's getting interesting now.
My
check. You guys can hear me, man. But she's about to get real.
$300 million.
Yeah, net worth, yeah.
What's with that number? Where is
that coming from?
Explain that, please.
So I mean, for most of you guys who are watching, you guys know that for the longest time, I mean, since I moved to the Middle East, right, I have been, in fact, since I was in university, I've been managing funds. And most people don't understand that as a student, when you are trading Forex and most of your friends are going out to have to work for £6.50 an hour, £7.50 an hour. I went to university in a place called Coventry University, right? So most of my friends used to go and work for the stadium in Coventry called Ricoh Arena. So Coventry University grad people would probably know this, right? So did they go and work for Ricoh Arena for £6.50, £7.50? I never went to work in Ricoh Arena because I was in my penthouse in the house Well, I mean, my room was shaped like a penthouse. It was a big room. It was master bedroom, so I call it a penthouse. It looked like a penthouse. It's a penthouse. That's all I said. Yeah, I believe as students. Yeah, I got package and believe. You understand? So I did my penthouse. I did trade. I had my 2 screens. And at the time, so they will go to work and they will come back, right? And they'll be like, man. But I was shop the most. I had the most bread. I had the most everything. I was sleeping whenever I wanted to sleep. My baby would come and see me. I wasn't really leaving the house. I used to come downstairs with my Tommy Hilfiger, house clothes and everything, trash everybody in FIFA, go back and press. So, obviously, they start to investigate. Is he doing, or what is he really doing? You know what I'm saying? So they started coming to my room more often and they started seeing charts and everything. Like, it's Forex thing is paid. I'm like, yeah. So I had friends who called their parents to say they need money that they want to invest. So they asked me, Dabs, can you manage for us? So that's how the whole fund management thing started. Now, it's funny how when I come on social media, everybody is always, it's lack of information. You understand what I'm saying? At the time, there was a package that brokers used to offer called a PAM account, right? Okay. So a PAM account basically helps you manage funds for your investors. So what that does is you don't need to give me the money, right? Let's use W Markets, for example, the best broker in the world, guys. Click the link down below and deposit $1 million. The link is always there. So you have your trading account, you open it with W Markets, and then this guy here is a trader. You see he's really good, right? It's a bit like copy trading, right? So what will happen is you fund your account with $10,000, right? So he would have access. It's called trade-only access to your account. So he would trade on your account, and let's say he makes 50%, which is $5,000, right? Now, during the PAM contract, both of you will sign a document that states the profit split ratio and as at when you will split the profit. So monthly, quarterly, and all that. So once it hits 90 days, for example, the broker, you get an automated email that it's time for profit split and blah, blah, blah. So it's simple. They will just simply take the money from your trading account, the proceeds, and move it to him, and you keep yours. So the broker was the intermediary between the investor and the trader itself. And there was an agreement, like it's an escrow, basically. So there was an agreement called the legal, I can't remember the definition. You know what? I've signed this document so many times and I've looked at the legal. Guys, Google it, LPOA. Shalom, Google it for me. LPOA, they bring it. So basically it's a document that states that regardless of whatever happens, is an attorney privilege. Like you can't go after the trader even if he blows your account. Okay. Yeah, so those were the early days of being able to manage funds. And because the broker was the intermediary providing PAM services, you didn't need to be a regulated trader to manage those funds. Like, meaning you didn't have to have the license in quotes. So we were just flying under the umbrella of the broker at the time. So that was when I got my first taste at fund management, and I remember that particular time there was an issue with what broker we were using and blah, blah, blah. So I got to understand the do's and don'ts of fund management. I got to understand what investors are comfortable with. I thought it was about flipping accounts. It's not even about flipping accounts. Investors want very consistent returns and almost no risk. Investor will take 12, 13, 15, 19% comfortably over you that flips your account. They hate, in fact, if you flip your account, they don't want you. So I think I was in first year of university. So, I've dabbled in fund management for the longest time, and then me moving out to the Middle East and then obviously getting offered a significant amount of money. I was very well positioned to be able to negotiate the best deal at the time with the best trading conditions and with the littlest amount of risk on my part, because at the time we were not regulated in the Middle East to manage funds. So we reverted to the PAM structure of things, whereby you guys keep your funds, in whatever bank it is you want to keep your funds in, with whatever liquidity provider. And because they are a massive fund, they have the ability to warehouse their funds. So all we requested for was for us to have our customized platform for us to be able to manage the positions just like we did with the PAM when I was a kid, 19, 20 years old, right? Yeah. And we sign an agreement, maximum drawdown clause, profit splits every 12 months, blah, blah, blah. So that was how, obviously, I was introduced to the very big league. It's a lot of money. So, I mean, we've been managing, funds for the longest time. And when people come on Twitter to talk rubbish, like, how can you say you use MT4 and MT5 to manage funds? First of all, I don't use MT4 and MT5 to manage investors' funds. We have a very specialized proprietary trading platform for that. However, you can use, for the dum-dums out there that don't really understand how the back end works, you can use MT4 and MT5 to manage trillions of dollars. It's very simple. And I'll explain it to you guys. Let's not be naive here. Yeah. When I see this, it's too silly for me to comment on. You get what I mean? So most people don't understand that this is how it works, right? MT4 and MT5, which is owned by Meta Quotes, is nothing but a trading platform. Yeah. Now, when you click buy or sell Euro USD, for example, right? You click buy or sell Euro USD. All that is happening is the trading platform is the interface and registers the order. That order now goes straight to a liquidity provider. So all the platform does is simply just a chatting interface that takes your buy and sell order. So if you're managing $5 billion, for example, you just tell your liquidity provider, this is the platform that I'm comfortable trading with. They would integrate. You tell your boys to hook up the APIs, and it's as simple as that. We don't use MT4 and MT5 for that, but I'm just saying, like, for people who are saying, how will you be like, you're crazy? It's a trading. I can develop a trading platform in 2 weeks. I can use TradingView with the right API plugins.
And use it to pull that same amount.
Yes, and connect it to the liquidity provider's API server and servers using APIs. We're in 21st century, for goodness sake. Put it in there, and we're ready to go. I mean, I don't think you guys should be doubting me at this point because I own a fucking Forex brokerage firm. I own a prop firm and a brokerage firm at this point. Don't you think? I've sat down with Meta Quotes too many times. I've sat down with... all I do now is talk to liquidity providers at my level, Come on, man. You guys,
is this not working?
That's all I do. And you're managing those kind of funds. You're talking to banks, bro. You're talking to JP Morgan, you're talking to Bank of America, you're talking to freaking HSBC, Nomura, you're talking to the biggest boys at that level. So when people come and, but that's the thing, man, that's what life did.
I have a follow-up question to that. Right?
Yeah.
Because it was, with the whole $300 million, I was on tier.
Yeah.
Right? I saw the reaction of people.
Yeah.
A lot of persons.
Was it $300 million net worth, or the fact that I said I made $95 million in 1 year?
That's the one I'm coming
cool.
So the $300 million net worth, it was not like too much of war. Yeah, there were people that said, he's lying, blah, blah, blah. But it was not like too much of war. So I was like, okay, we all agree. We established this fact that there's a $300 million
net worth.
Now, the Mr. $95 million
has come out,
This is where the fight starts. So why do you think it was easy for everybody to say, okay, he can't have a $300 million net worth? I wanted to use the F word, but no problem. Let's allow him say his piece.
Yeah, let him say what he has got to say.
Some people are saying it's not possible. In fact, we have like I'm going to mention it because the tweet are there. We have like people like Kujo saying it's not possible. We have like Habi. It's not, everybody were like making fun of it and all of those stuff. Why do you think there's a disconnect between he can't have 300 million and no, he can't make 95?
He can have 300 but he can't make 95. Well, I mean, I think it's all about exposure at the end of the day, if you ask me. Like I keep telling people, I grew up in a household whereby $95 million is a lot of money, but I remember there was a particular uncle of mine, relative of mine, who won a $120 million NNPC contract. The contract was for him to go into the seabed of the Niger Delta is the oil-rich region of Nigeria, right? So he won the contract to go into the seabed in the Niger Delta and do seismic testing to be able to pinpoint the exact locations of the oil wells. He got an NNPC contract. This was probably 2009, 2010. $120 million to execute the project. You get what I mean? Like, for virtue of the fact that I grew up in Port Harcourt, it's an oil and gas region. And I come from an affluent family. So friends of the family are in oil and gas, for goodness sake. So these figures are nothing new to me. So if I'm going to go all out in Forex, right? I'm going to shoot for the freaking stars. You get what I mean? I'm going to go for the stars. So when I'm taking on funds, for example, I want to take on as much as I can handle, and I want to shoot for as far as I can go. So me coming out to say I made $95 million, you know what's funny? I just did the video and I was just saying my piece. I put on the video, I was wrapping up the year. I was like, you know, it's been an amazing year, made $95 million plus this year, and blah, blah, blah. And this is, bro. I woke up the next day. It was Shannon, my brand manager. Everywhere, it's got 2 seconds everywhere, boss. And, you know, everybody was trolling me, but I found it very laughable because that just made me see how myopic, you know, a lot of people are not thinking as big as you think they're thinking. Just because they drive fancy cars does not mean that they are operating on $100 million, $500 million, $1 billion valuation level. It takes a certain different kind of mindset. I was just like, cool, if you don't think that I made that, that's cool, but I'm saying I know how much money we made. And when I'm going into brokerage, it takes a shitload of money to go into brokerage. So
you're saying it's way beyond $95 million?
What? How much we made?
Yes.
No, that was the ballpark figure. Yeah. Well, bro, like at the end of the day, this year, like I want to, if I can make $250 million this year, why not? Let's go for it, bro. Like I want to be, as far as I'm concerned, no offense to him, I love Uncle Aliko so dearly, but I see no reason why Dapo Willis and Aliko Dangote not supposed to drag richest black man in the world. Yeah. You get what I mean? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, I think I earned those. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let me say drag them with them, but I just don't see any reason why my name shouldn't be up there with the big boys so that we can, you know. I mean, look at Mark Zuckerberg, for goodness sake. Mark is 39, right? Mark is 37. He's 40? About late 30s, 40, yeah. Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest person in the history of lifetime to make over $100 billion before 40. Mark Zuckerberg is in his 30s. People still think Mark is still $32 billion net worth. Mark don't cross 100 though. And he owns Meta. Meta is Facebook. It's all the apps you use today. Your favorite social network, he owns them. Your only messaging platform, because you don't talk on iMessage, do you? We all talk on WhatsApp. Mark owns that. So Mark is about to go down as one of the greatest men in the history of mankind. He's made over $100 billion before he's 40 years old. And I'm asking myself, why not me? So I'm trying to, I'm pushing my boundaries here and there, and people just, I'm like, are you guys sleeping or something? Like, are you guys not see what I'm seeing? I woke up one day, I realized that, fam, maybe not a lot of people can see what I see. Maybe that's my superpower. You get what I mean? Like,
I think if you're watching this episode right now,
yeah,
and your mind is not opening, because me sitting here, my mind is literally opening to.
You need to shake it, man.
Right? And realities, because, like you said, and I think it was the question I asked earlier. Why do you even have the guts to think you can do it? And I've seen where that what's the word now? I've seen where that
stems from. Yeah.
If he can, why can't?
Like, why can I not do it, bro? Yeah. Like, I've seen too many. See, I'll tell you guys another story. I used to. There was a period in my life that I worked for the former Minister of Transport, Rotimi Amechi, when Buhari was in power. It was a brief period of time because he's from River State, Port Harcourt man. So we're not exactly blood related, but family, no family, and I was privileged to be around him for a period of time. My guy. You see how those guys operate? They operate on a different level. Like, he can just be sitting and so many things are happening around him. Make no mistake, Nigerian politicians are one of the most hardworking people you ever come across in your life. Those guys don't sleep. You might hate them. They might not be developing the country. But you see hard work. You don't work harder than a Nigerian politician. You are in bed by 10. Those guys are having meetings. I say we did awake till 4 a.m. Awake till 4 a.m. we did. Baba from there is going to early morning mass. After church, we don't enter jet. We go Abuja. Female even there, Abuja. We reach Abuja. There was one particular time we go to Abuja. We wanted to see him. I just came down from Medview. They say Vice President is heading back to Lagos. We just left Lagos and landed Abuja. They say Vice President is going back to Lagos to go and inspect Apapa port. There was gridlock at the time, and the Minister of Transport is flying back with. Guy, we just landed. We had to start going back to Lagos again. I never even leave Abuja airport. Baba was bro. So that takes me back to why I think things are possible. You hang out around. You just do internship near a Nigerian politician. Then you understand. A Nigerian politician that has motion, you know, with all these local government chairman, a weak politician. Boys, go and work for Femi Gbajabiamila and Mila. Go and work for Gbaja, especially the fact that Gbaja works very closely with the presidency. What are you talking about, bro? Those men don't sleep. They work really hard, and the amount of things they get done is mind blowing. So you hang around people like that. You say to yourself, man, this is doable, man. These men are doing things. That's why, I tell the Nigerian, I just look at Nigerian youth that say they want to take over the country. I'm like, these people you want to take over from, they are working when you are sleeping. Nigerian politicians that are in charge of the country. In fact, I don't know about other parts of Africa, but you see these cackles of Nigerian politicians that you people we want to take over from, right? They are working harder than you. They might be working on ways to benefit their own personal interests, but the point is that they are working. And they are working when you are sleeping.
That means the youth are not even ready for...
No, like, we need to understand that those men are not playing. And they didn't get there by accident. You don't get anything good in life by accident. You don't get Dapo Willis. I came here prepared with my own camera kit, right? Yes. You got to be intentional. So if you want to have any chance at someday leading this country, we need to, double Allah for their body. You need to double up, you understand the hustle. So I hung around too many of them. So I, for one, know what it takes. The Dangote conglomerate. I was watching when Dangote was having issues with the what's it called? With the Nigerian government. Because he needed crude for the refinery. So he had a media chat on the refinery, and he was basically narrating the growth process of the Dangote group. Bro, do you know how massive the Dangote conglomerate is? It is huge. That guy manages a whole lot of things. So you want to operate at that level, bro, it's going to require a lot from you. So, for one, I've seen men achieve what I'm trying to achieve, and I've seen what it takes for them to achieve this. So you're telling me it's about hard work, right? It's about working smart. Yeah? Let's go now. Let's go. So that's what I'm like, let's go. I'm here, right? Your podcast, we're talking, but shake me down. Your podcast, we're talking. Yeah. I'm here right now. Let's go. You get what I'm saying? I came here because I'm ready to go. Exactly. Good. Exactly. So when you talk about my $95 million, you have not seen anything yet. Nothing.
I mean, they should get ready to talk about $250 million.
Is the 250 is even not like they ain't seen nothing yet. What are you telling me, Elon Musk? Because of influence, every product Elon Musk launches today is a success. Yes. Donald, an influencer, is the president of the United States of America. Influencer, the White House. Respect to Donald J. Trump, by the way, man. That nigga crazy, bro. I respect him so much. Donald, his back was against the wall. Donald Trump, his back was against the wall so many times. He kept on fighting. Donald Trump believed he would be president of the United States of America, and he is the president. So if Dapo Willis can believe, why can he not do it? You come and troll me for $95 million. Shame on you, bro. That means you're not even thinking big. I had respect for you guys, man. You guys doing that to me just made me realize that you guys are very small. It's not about fancy cars, man. There's always going to be a newer Rolls Royce, a newer Lamborghini. But who are you? What is your name? And what have you built? What have you built? Yeah. Being an influencer, being relevant is only 5-7 years. What have you put on ground? Elon Musk sending people to space, my guy. You're telling me, bro, it's internet is everywhere, man.
Let's shift a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk, bro. Don't get me fired, man. I didn't sleep well, you know. I didn't sleep well. You don't wake me up now. Talking about 95 million. That's change, man.
So now we see a lot of things in this space, right? But if someone watches, anybody watching, if they actually read you and monitor you closely, you don't play the Forex influencing game like everyone else.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you already understand what I'm saying. I mean, there's a system to it.
Yeah.
Move from making $10,000 to telling us you're making 50 to buying cars, buying house, lifestyle, make a couple of YouTube videos, and there's a Lambo, there's a Ferrari, and the rest of them. That one don't rule like that.
I know.
Why?
You asked me a very tricky question, but as the politician that I am, or that I am going to be, at some point, I'll answer that question to the best of my ability. You see, when I came into this Forex game, I was scammed. I was scammed by a group of Malaysian boys called the RCFX crew. And they scammed me by portraying a certain kind of lifestyle that included the things you just mentioned. Flipping accounts, fancy cars, and all of that, right? And I said to myself, you know, when I get a hang of this thing, I'll try and do things a little bit differently. So that's one reason why I don't like to roll like that. And secondly, I just feel that parading all of that, although my team is pushing for me to, you know, we need to bring out because
the Nigerian market loves that.
So you have to give the people what they want. But I'll just say why for the longest time I didn't do that. And if you see me start doing that after now, just know that I think I've earned the right for me to flex my arsenal, all the money that I've made over the years. But I didn't want to portray that lifestyle at the beginning because it just gave up scammy vibes, man. That's just the truth. I just didn't want to be on the internet.
I always ask a follow-up question.
You see, so before I say that, the family I come from, right, is reputation before money.
Okay.
When you come from money in quotes, it's reputation before money. It's just like in the Yoruba tradition. The Yorubas is age, reputation, then money. You, as a small boy, you have money in Yoruba land, you still sit down at the back. Your egbons,
Whiskey.
yeah, you go sit down for back, yeah. Your egbons that are older than you will stay in front, and the people that have the professor scholars and the PhDs and the men, the Abafemi Awolowos and the, you know what I'm saying, the Afe Babalolas.
That are not necessarily rich.
They're not exactly the wealthiest, but you still have to accord them. Femi Otedola will still need to accord Afe Babalola a huge amount of respect, but Femi Otedola is a very wealthy Yoruba man. So even in the Yoruba tradition, that's how it is. So where I come from is reputation before money. So it was a conflict of interest for me, like conflict in my head. Okay, I know, like I want to portray a certain kind of lifestyle because I'm making a lot of money, but at the same time, I didn't want to tarnish my reputation or my family's reputation by looking very sketchy and scammy on the internet. And that's why on my Instagram, for the longest time, you never see me type anything Forex. There's no Forex trader there. You just see me eating in fancy restaurants, sleeping in fancy hotels, flying on private jet, being driven around in fancy cars. I don't even like to drive, you know. So that's how I've been for the longest time. But you know, the fans are now telling you, bro, we need some of the energy. We need some smoke. You know what I'm saying? So we might have to give them some fucking smoke. 2025, right? Yeah. So we got to go. But for the longest time, like I just didn't want to come off looking scammy, man. I don't like it didn't look wrong. I don't know if it's just me. It looks a bit sketchy.
It looks like they are selling a dream.
Yeah, it just looks sketchy because what's the difference between you and Hush Puppy, you know? I didn't want to look like Hush Puppy, I'm sorry. I didn't just want to look like the guy, like no offense, but like I think you're a criminal, bro. You're a criminal, man. I just didn't want to get, and I'm a Nigerian man with a Yoruba Nigerian man with plenty money living in Dubai. And you're posting wearing LV and Gucci and Versace every day, posting in front of a Ferrari and Lamborghini. You are a rush puppy. Like they might not pick me up, obviously, because they have nothing against me.
You're going to ask questions.
I just didn't want those kind of questions because I have a reputation to uphold. So I wear my suit, I go for my meetings. If you like the way I live my life, my lifestyle, I represent a bit of new money and a bit of old money. You know what I mean? Because my grandfather was my best friend and he got old money, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I grew up around. So, I mean, I tried as much as possible to blend both of them. People loved, for the fact that I'm here, I believe. You guys think Dapo Willis is...
I actually love
You guys fuck with Dapo Willis, right? Yeah, shout out to you guys. Subscribe to the channel right now. Drop a comment if you found the video helpful. Shout out to everybody.
I have this thing I do. I don't like reminding them to subscribe. Because I feel like I'm giving out too much value for me to be begging you.
No, bro, you can't have pride about this social media thing.
They will subscribe.
Yes, they will subscribe, but you will get more subscribers if you tell them to subscribe. Bro, don't understate. Hey, guys, see, I've learned a lot. You see the social media P. Subscribe to the channel, share it, comment, because people will just do what they want to. You don't know this social media people.
And I'm very, very sure you're learning now. I'm very, very, very sure you're
learning. I learned, and another person I learned so much from is David O. Hey, David is marketing genius, man. David is a part. Yeah, of course. David is a marketing genius, and if there's anything I've learned from him is you need to promote. You need to put your face out there. You need to be in everybody's faces. You need to tell people to subscribe. If you're watching this out there, you are a Forex trader, you want investors to invest in you, open a social media page, be posting your results, be in everybody's face. We'll fund you. If I see you, I'll fund you. You know what I'm saying? So
if he sees you, he will fund you.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
We'll make sure that happens.
Of course.
We'll make sure that happens.
We'll fund you. So be intentional about whatever thing it is you're doing.
Willis Capital.
Yeah.
Is a profit.
Yeah.
You're funding them already.
Exactly. So we're funding. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you need to intensify. You need to be very intentional about whatever thing it is you're doing in this life. I've learned. You gotta be. We rescheduled this so many. I remember when your guy reached out to me for this, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then I've been busy, but I kept on saying, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I know the importance of conversation. I know the importance of this kind of platforms for both parties involved. So you got to be very intentional. Take every opportunity you get. You're never too big. You're never too big. When I did the Mr. Pig podcast, I saw him at the Naga event and I walked. So he saw me, obviously I'm Dapo Willis. So he saw me and got up and embraced me. And I knew him. And I told him, why you don't want to bring me on your podcast? And he was shocked. Yeah, he was shocked. Like, his podcast, I want to be on your podcast. He said, when are you? I said, I'm around for you. Shalom, right? I'm around for you. And I jumped, bro, if I'm walking on the streets, people, bro, everywhere I go, waiters, everybody wants to take a picture. You don't know who that guy is. You don't know where he's going to. So you got to give everybody. See, when you come from money, right, you treat everybody with respect. When you come, okay, let's not say when you come from money, so I don't sound condescending. When you come from a background of pedigree, right, whereby your parents have made you understand that everything is not about money. Right? You learn to treat everybody with respect. So you come into this, you conduct yourself, you say hi to everybody, you're pleasant, you speak to people. You don't know where that... Davido's career was going until Techno gave him if and 4, right?
Yes. Yes.
There you go. So you're never too big. If not, you will fall faster than you were able to climb up.
I like the fact that you're so grounded.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like you said, you're never too big.
You're never too big.
You're big. Yes.
I think so.
But you can be bigger.
Of course. Way bigger.
Way bigger.
In
fact, you will be bigger. I'm not good.
I could be in Nassau Villa. I should be in Nassau Rock, to be honest.
So let's.
Why not, bro? That's what I'm talking about. You tell me $95 million is too much. I go have Nigeria in my pocket, man. You guys are talking about $95 million.
So let's come back to because there are a lot of newbies coming into this whole Forex thing.
Yeah.
And they look at you and like we already established, you don't look like someone with that smoke. Oh, you can turn $100 to $1 million in the next 2 days. Just take 2 trades and you're good. You don't do all of those things in your socials, right? Why don't you? Right? That's like a question, the part of the question. But the main question is, what message are you passing to the younger traders coming up that are looking at those guys that do the whole flipping? Oh, I only have $100.
Yeah.
I want to get it to 1,000 the fastest way I can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell them that, you can actually get your $100 to 1,000 the fastest way? And what do you have to tell them that think like that?
So, you see, that's a very tricky question because the position I'm in right now, we have Willis Capital, we have prop, and we have brokerage. There's certain things I might not exactly be able to say because I would not want to piss off the rest of the thought leaders in the industry. I'm not just a Forex trader / influencer anymore.
I finally have a question you can't answer.
We've now become an institution within the industry. So I can't go around condemning people's trading styles anymore. To be honest, if you get Lambo, you get Ferrari, you get Rolls Royce, whatever thing is, kudos to you. You understand? You worked really hard for it. Drive it with your full chest. Enjoy it. I just don't like the style of selling the flipping ideology because flipping is synonymous to gambling. And bro, I don't want to tell you to put money inside something and your money no will come out. That's why I've been able to survive this long in the Forex industry. Most people don't ask me, why have you been able to stay 13 years in this industry? Because I speak the truth. So I don't want you to put your money inside something and then one day you come and be knocking on my door and you are the one that told me to do this thing. I don't like that idea. So I don't tell people to trade in a way that I know just because I want rebates or I want my signal group to be popping or I want more social media followers. I will tell you to do something that I know is going to cost you money because quite all right, you might feel like you're getting away with it, but it catches up on you one way or the other. I mean, there was a saga on Twitter just yesterday.
Yes, it's still going on.
It's still going on right now. It's peak, bro. That nigga is some heat. That's some heat right there. And people have their receipts are coming out, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't like drag me for saying I made more money than I said that I actually made. Or drag me for saying, he's not saying the truth about how much money he made. He didn't make up to that. Drag me for declaring how much money I made. Drag me for my net worth. Drag me for being classist. You can drag me for that. I don't mind. But I will not stand for anybody to drag me for taking a penny of their money. Nobody can come out and say that Dapo Willis took my $1 and I can't account for it. That's integrity right there. And it is integrity that integrity equals longevity. All what is happening now is quick, is fast, is amazing. Shout out to them, whoever, they're making it work. I just cannot bring myself to tell you that you can take $100 to $1 million. How? I can't do that because it's tough for me. I mean, trust me, my team have told me so we can do that. I'm like, guys, we will still pass our message across. Okay, I would still pass we'll bring the fancy cars. We'll buy all of them, maybe same day. Buy all of them, put them. But I will still tell people that it's not $100 to $1 million. Maybe I should use my flashy influence to correct the Forex trading narrative. Shalom, I think that's what we should do. I think we should bring out the guns, bring out the cars, and still stand on business. Our business, which is top-down analysis, is the best way to go. 20-30% a month is fine. Flipping those accounts is gambling.
So what you guys don't understand is Mr. Dapo is building his company's plan for 2025 on my podcast. So this is exclusive. This is you having access to his meeting, because right here is his project manager,
my brand manager,
and he always gives Shalom. So he's building 2025 plan on this platform.
Right here. I just can't sell you guys on realistic dreams, but that's why the prop firm is there. If you want to carry $100 to $20,000, carry $99, buy 10K account. At least from 10K to 15K is easier.
It's easier.
And from $100 to this, at least that one I can say, okay, guys, you can take $100 to $15,000, and this is how you do it, and it's actually realistic. Not the one that will tell you to fund $100 in your trading account and tell you that you can trade your way out of poverty from that. You know the Koshishe, man. You know the work.
You know the work like that.
You know the work like that, man. I make nobody. I know. See, I've made too much money to lie to anybody. Whether you fuck with me or you don't fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you fuck with me, don't fuck with me. I'll tell you. You know the work like that. Your best bets, go and buy a Willis Capital prop account, $100 on day, $10,000 on day for $100. I think 25K package, 50K package. So if you want to make that $50,000, buy a 50K package and try and double the account. They will pay you out.
Links to all of this.
All of that. Willis Capital, they pay.
Links to all of this.
Willis Capital, they pay. We pay. We process. In fact, as I'm going to the office now, I need to sign up on people. Payouts have come. Tell them they are USDT. They go feel like, you see, boys, you post this evening now.
Now that we are on the newbies topic, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on NFP trade? All those sharp news.
I said it during Mr. Pick's podcast. You think shook the whole internet, guys. And I will state without any iota of doubt.
Yeah.
News trading is not sustainable. I mean, to this week or this month, you are making money on NFP. The money you made this month, you put it into NFP the following month, is gone. CPI, because you really don't know the true direction of the market. There are times whereby NFP has been positive and should have been positive for the US dollar, but the US dollar still tanked. NFP is not just about numbers anymore. CPI is not just about numbers. These numbers, the market participants need to process these numbers, and how they feel about the numbers will determine what the market is going to do next. So you can have good NFP numbers that is supposed to move USD positively, and the USD will still crash. Or they might be confused about how to interpret the numbers, which is in big boys, and the market will go up, come down, take your buy, take your sell, stay there. Oh God, everything's scatter.
You're gambling.
You're gambling at that point. You get what I'm saying? But bro, at the end of the day, like I keep saying, people are going to do what they want to do. People need to go through the entire process so that they can get it out of their system as quickly as possible. Like I said, I keep saying, buy everybody's mentorship. Try everything. You know what I mean? We have people, usually is it Dapo Willis top-down analysis is usually most people's last bus stop. This guy don't to talk. Let me even try it. I've lost too much money. And the testimonials are amazing. Forex Mastery course is one of the best, if not the best Forex trading course out there. Because once people get to the Forex Mastery course, they're like, you know what? It's so cheap. It's $99. This is what we should have bought from day one. This is what I should have gotten for. Even if the Forex Mastery course doesn't make you rich, it will stop the bleeding. It will stop all that rubbish news trading. It will reduce your lower time frame trading. You will be able to see things a lot more clearly. So that's what it does. It puts a bandage. It treats the wound and puts a bandage on the wound. And then if you apply what is taught in the rest of the Forex Mastery program, then the wound now starts to heal and start to flourish again. So I think I put my best foot forward in this industry. Shalom, right? And we're about to do that. We're about to do more.
So let's go, because you've done Shalom right a lot. So let's a lot of persons will watch this and they the perspective you're coming with
Yeah.
is quite different from what I mean. One time I sat with a trader that said, very good friend of mine now, that said he's looking to hold a trade for 5 years.
Yeah.
A single position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you just talked about people not going down to the lower time frame.
Yeah.
And this guy is the higher time frame master I've seen. He has held the trade for 5 months.
Yeah.
One single trade.
Yeah.
Withdraw.
I've done a lot, done that very so many times.
So, how do you build your team? Because a lot of persons.
Team of what exactly? I have various teams.
Okay.
We have teams. I have teams. Oh. Charlotte is different. She's head of a different team.
Oh.
Cheated, bro. Like teams are everywhere. When I get to the office right now, right, I need to have meeting with Shalom and her team first. I'm done with Shalom.
Team is a different
team. And then there's Willis Capital team, there's W Markets team, there's fund management team.
So how do you find your people?
Shalom, how do I find you? So by virtue of my social media platform, I'll tell you 2 ways I find people. By virtue of my social media platform, naturally people reach out. So I think Shalom reached out. Yeah, she did. And she reached out and she disturbed me a couple of times. And when the opening came up, I was just like, you know what? Let's see what you have to offer. She came on board, and I don't look at CVs. I don't even know if Shalom is a graduate, but I think she's a graduate. I don't know. I don't care. I don't hire based on certification. I hire based on competence.
I feel like you're going to have a lot of messages to reply to after this. I reached out to.
Really?
You remember, you replied me. You were the one that gave me Shalom's number.
Fam.
Yourself, yes. On Instagram.
I'm sorry.
I reached out to. So, but it seems after you giving me Shalom's number, you kind of.
Yeah. So once I hand you over to Shalom, I don't have to
So I
that's
felt
sorted out.
I felt coming through Shalom was slowing my process. I had to reach out through my friend.
Right.
But that's a different story.
Yeah, because for him, I remember him, and I'd made we have had a physical meet before, and I felt like I owed him.
Do you know the funny thing?
Tell me.
So since we are on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to watch this.
Yeah.
The day he met you at that restaurant,
Yeah.
he snapped you.
Yeah.
And he sent to me. I was like, bro, I did the same restaurant with Dapo. I said, go and meet him now. See, what's I want to tell him? I have this on the chat. And sorry, I mean, I'm not mentioning his name, so it's not like to kill himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's I want to go tell him?
Yeah.
Go connect with him.
Straight up.
At the time, I didn't have a plan. I've already reached out to you. You've already replied me with Shalom's number.
Yeah.
So I've reached out to Shalom. And we're still looking for a day, sometime in December or something.
Oh, you reached out to me before he.
Yes.
Right.
So when he came to you, it was just to cement the same thing I already told. Go and meet him. And the intention was he connect with you, and you guys take a couple of pictures, connect better, so that I can tell him after help me still.
No, we had a brilliant conversation that day, and bro, you can never be too big. You got to talk to everybody.
So much sense.
And I mean, we're making magic here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to share this video. We have to get this video to 100,000 views. Well, how many subscribers you got right now?
4,000.
So we need to take a subscriber base to 10,000 people. So tell your friends to tell your friends to tell their girlfriends and side chicks and side men about this shit.
By the way, see your camera here. Yeah, that's your camera.
Yeah.
That's the one on you.
Tell everybody that, they need to subscribe to this channel. It's one of the best out there. Drop a comment, drop a like, share it. I mean, there's a lot of value for you guys to learn here. So you're never too big, guys. Take every opportunity that comes your way. So
okay, let's tilt a little bit towards something personal.
Yes, let's go.
You're not married.
I'm not married. Yeah.
So traders struggle with keeping a relationship.
Yeah.
Because the few ones that are married are. I'm not going to mention names because these are personal stories. So a few ones that are married, kind of immediately after marriage, you see them struggling to keep up with the things they would normally do. They no longer do them, right? And the most of them don't even talk about women. They have women, but they don't get to bring it out.
Yeah.
You definitely not see them. So why do you think it has something to do with your position as a trader? Or why?
For me, I don't think it has anything to do. Well, maybe yes, maybe not. So this is my stance on relationships and marriage and all that. I mean, marriage is a beautiful idea. I've seen very good marriages, but at the same time, I've seen very terrible marriages as well. For me, marriage is a very sacred thing. Marriage, when it comes to marriage, you need to be very intentional. And I speak from a man's perspective. You need to be very intentional about marriage. Or in this case, you need to be very intentional about your partner. You see, women are not exactly the most straightforward people to deal with. I don't mean like they are not straightforward in terms of their dealing. Like, women are naturally quite complicated. That's just how they are, right? Our body were very basic, right? Women are, it's a lot of things a lot of factors that go into keeping a woman happy, right? And they say a happy woman is a happy life, or happy woman is happy home, happy woman, happy wife, happy life. Yeah. So in order for me to be able to maintain my happy home, I need to ensure that my woman is happy. And I grew up in a family predominated by women. I was raised by women. I was raised by a single mother, and my mom's sisters, my grandmother, my grandfather, and all that. So I understand women extremely well. And I can tell you for free that it's a lot of work, trying to ensure that they are well taken care of. Now, when it comes to taking care of women, it's in different segments. You have to take care of your woman mentally, meaning that you have to stimulate your woman's mind. What's the best way to stimulate your woman's mind? You need to be a man you need to be on your journey, on your path. You need to have motion. You need to be a man who is out there conquering so that you have enough to pour into your woman. So this way, she feels like I'm with a man.
A man, yeah.
So that's mentally. You need to stimulate her mentally. You need to also stimulate her emotionally. So you need to be emotionally intelligent. You cannot forget Valentine's Day. You cannot forget her birthday. You need to be able to handle mood swings. You need to be able to... Yeah.
That was an intentional man, bro.
Yeah, you got to be intentional. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, usually when I get into relationships, they last a long time. I usually don't have short relationships because I put in... I know what is required to sustain a very healthy relationship. At least I try
to put it in.
I decrease. I decrease.
Yes. Don't we all?
Yeah, I decrease without a doubt. Like you can't be operating at this level of intelligence and IQ and be stable. You understand? I decrease from time to time. However, I try as much as possible with the information that I have to put my best foot forward when it comes to women and relationships. So we've spoken about ensuring they're fine mentally, emotionally, of course, physically. You need to put it down in the bedroom. You need to give her rounds and rounds. You got to go to the gym. You got to look fit. You got to look fresh because there's always going to be a nigga with bigger muscles than you, taller than you. There's Michael B. Jordan springing up every freaking day. So you got to go to the gym. I try to go to the gym. Like, I work out as much as I can. Although when I'm in Nigeria, the palm oil in the Ogusi soup, my chef in Lagos just they give me food. But I try, so you try. So mentally, emotionally, physically, and then financially. So even emotionally, you need to have her time. And, obviously you have financially as well. There are women that their primary love language is finances. Yeah. There's some women
and that is okay, to be honest.
That's okay. And there's some women that is not even top 3 in their love languages. So you need to know what they are. So finances, so that she feels secure. Because social media, right now you're not in competition with another man for your woman. It's not another man is not the competition, not the threat. Instagram is the threat. Social media platforms are the threat. Yeah. You get what I mean? So financially, you need to be able to buy her those flowers on Valentine's Day. You guys buy a GLE, depending on the kind of babe you carry. They buy GLE for babe. Do you have money to buy GLE? I buy GLE. You guys buy the GLE. So I've listed out 5 things that are required for and obviously you need to be able to play your cards right in the sense of you need to be a G at the end of the day. She needs to obviously like you. So it's a lot of things that go into keeping the home happy. This is just for your wife. Then once children come into the play, this dynamics changes, a lot.
And you think you're not ready for all of this?
So I've listed out, you see these things I've listed out now. I need to have adequate time to be able to invest in nurturing a very successful marriage. But right now, as I sit here and I speak to you, I can have a very successful relationship with a woman, but marriage is a different ball game altogether. And the time required to make my woman happy to the extent that I would like her to be, I don't have the time to do that because I am in my building phase right now. I'm a 30-year-old young Nigerian man with all the odds stacked up against me. I hold a Nigerian passport. You're Nigerian, you've come again, you're black, you're trying to make it on an international level. Yeah. I need to work 10 times harder than the next person, So I don't really have the time to be able to accommodate all of this for now. And this is why I'm working very hard to get to a point whereby I can structure and delegate. You get what I mean? So that I can now have, because I would love to have time for my family. I would love to have time for my wife. I would love to have time for my children. I would love to travel with my children around the world on my private jet. I would love to homeschool them. I would love to attend PTA meetings. I would love to pick them up from school.
And you think you're not ready for all of this, all of that things you just listed that is required to have a happy home? You think you're not ready?
Yeah, I don't think, and I feel like that's the problem most young men face. They feel compelled. It's a societal norm. They feel compelled to, getting married at a very young age, and they now eventually run into issues. What I would advise young kings out there to do is, before you get married, please have some money in your bank account. And it's not because the money is not to cover the marriage expenses. Money as a man helps you be able to choose the true love of your life. Explain that, I beg. Money as a man will help you choose the true love of your life. If you hear Dapo Willis is getting married tomorrow, you know that woman that he's getting married to, right? You've probably already seen her, to be honest. But if you hear that he's getting married tomorrow, know that was his true love. Why? Because I have the resources to attract just about any kind of woman that I so desire. So from this pool of women that I can attract, that I find very attractive, for the fact that I can attract so many and I've been able to choose one, that means that one is the one. But when you get into marriage, especially as a man, from a place of lack, you're marrying that woman because that is what is available to you at that time.
That's what you can afford.
And that causes issues, because when the money now comes, money is spiritual. If you settle in marriage as a man and then you make a lot of money, you're going to have major issues in your home. You will try your best. Bro, if you enter my Instagram DMs, it's a wild place over there.
I can imagine.
You can imagine. Like, I'm talking video vixens, influencers from Southern Africa. Sheesh. You see South African women, the next level.
And now imagine having all of that option, and you decide
have South African, you have East African, I live in Dubai. You have women throwing themselves at you all the time.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? See, this is not a situation of I'll stay away from temptation. They stay away from the temptation. The temptation, they come meet you. Have you ever seen? Have you seen a woman of your dreams, as a teenage boy, those magazine covers, I'm like, those babes that you've seen, an actress, not that you had to chase her or say hi, yo. She's disturbing you. Okay, you cave. So, as a man, make money, live your life, enjoy your life, and then obviously don't wait till it's too late. Anything, I believe, once you're 34, 35, you should have been able to have as much fun as you want, then you start to build your family. But ensure to have a significant amount of resources in your bank account. Enjoy yourself, understand the game. Because the reason why a lot of older men that we see have 2 families, side chicks, is a thing. Older men always have other women, side chicks. Especially in Africa, right? Is because when they married their wife, that was what was available at the time. That was the love they knew. But once they made money, they were open to a different caliber of keles, babes. And now they honestly cannot just control themselves. So it's best for you to get it. It's called just like signal groups and indicators and all that. Get it out of your system. You find a girl that you're okay. Then you now even find out that what you thought was your spec wasn't really your spec. You realize that it's not really all about the physical. I like attractive women, though. But in the pool of attractive women, other qualities I like in a woman. You see the way I think. I need a woman that can at least think the way I think, or at least validate the way I think. Obviously, not my, not me as a man, as in how I see growth in life and the things I want to achieve. The last thing you want as a man is to marry a woman that is very, very myopic minded.
Especially when you are...
I used to date a girl. Oh boy. I did talk about, say, I want do 1 or 2s. I want to have a house in London, have a house in Dubai, have a house in Lagos. Say what for? I'm not joking, my guy. Best believe, and vice versa as well for women. I'm speaking from a man's perspective because I'm a man. You need to be with somebody that matches your growth propensity. I've seen a lot of men their growth being stifled because they married a woman that does not understand the finer things of life. Some people want basic lifestyles. They go for somebody who wants basic shit. I just told you I've got Mark Zuckerberg on my radar, bro. Uncle Aliko is on my radar. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I need a woman that can validate and tell me that yes,
it's possible. You can do
go and buy that oil well. You can buy the oil blocks. You can buy. ExxonMobil just packed out of Nigeria. A Nigerian company bought over ExxonMobil Nigeria's assets, right? It's called Seplat. The CEO thought about it. He told his wife in the bedroom, and she said, "Baby, go for it." Am I lying?
No.
Exactly. So what are we talking about? Zenko Communications, Joey Zaza and Co. The women they stay next to, Femi Otedola's wife, they tell them, go for it. Primarily as a man, you need a woman that will tell you, go for it. Also, you need a woman that can check you and tell you, I think you're getting a bit ahead of yourself, you're becoming proud, and this. You need a balance. But for me, that woman needs to be able to see life from a similar spectrum, similar spectrum that from like the one that I can see life from, like very similar perspective, right? Very important. If not, see, we are a sum total of the people we spend our time with. We underestimate the amount of influence our friends, especially our spouses, have on us. You see that midnight call you always do with your babe, very dangerous, because by that time the conversation is being lodged in your subconscious. I used to have this female friend like this. She said Lamborghinis are small dick energy. She wasn't even my girlfriend, she was my friend. She said Lamborghinis are small dick energy. I'm not joking, bro. It's wild. You think it's a joke? She wasn't even my bitch, she was my friend, and she started to rub off on me. Ooh. When I stopped being friends with her, I had to detox. I had to detox. When you are with somebody that's angry at life, does not understand anything, growth and blah blah blah, and this is very dangerous. So, my brother, to answer your question, when it comes to marriage, who you pick as a life partner is the singular most important decision you make as a man.
Yeah.
People have been saying it everywhere, but I'm saying it here again. That statement is very profound. Who you pick as a life partner will determine a lot about your future. So no be something where person go rush enter inside.
Anybody that just finished listening to you, must have understood what this is a marriage counseling at this point. Because as long as I feel like wait now, no before it you come here, can't talk. But
you need a partner that can push you. Say you look sharp. Spend money on your buy expensive things.
I get it.
Make you look very sharp.
I
Yes.
get it 100%. I get it 100%. So let's dive down a little bit towards the Forex aspect. Let's say somebody is getting into
Let's go back to Forex.
Let's go back to Forex a little bit. Let's say somebody is getting into, because the truth is, I did not intend to. The way this interview is going is the way I intended it to go.
Right.
I did not intend to talk so much about Forex because there's so much you've already said.
I said it. I
mean,
say it all the time.
anybody that wants to understand how Dapo Willis trade, how Dapo Willis look at the market, there are a million and one videos about that.
Yeah.
So we can't sit here and start talking about what time frame is the best. So let's say there's somebody.
Check out my YouTube channel.
Check out his YouTube channel. I mean, I also went.
If you want to get the Forex Mastery course, all the links are down below. So we'll give them Forex Mastery course link, prop firm Willis Capital, and then broker W Markets.
Everything is going to be down below.
And then Instagram. So you don't want to see the fancy cars in Dubai.
I'm going to, because for your YouTube channel, when I started my Forex journey, I actually went through your YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
I was like, what, 2020-ish?
Oh, then the channel was really get content.
Then we're just
Trader
looking
talk.
for any information we
Right,
anywhere,
right.
because
it was not a lot.
It was not a lot. Even the space is not as saturated as it is right now in 2020.
Definitely.
It was just picking traction at the time.
Definitely.
So I think there are a lot of good stuff on there, and I've seen it too. So if you're looking to learn for free, check out the YouTube channel. And if you're looking to don't waste your time watching so many videos. If you're looking to get guidance, the Forex Mastery course is the cheapest Forex course,
the best on the cheapest. I made the best
for the price, for that price range, right? Because I know how much other
I spent a lot more, maybe over $30,000 in my trading career just learn how to trade Forex.
$30,000.
Yeah, and I summarized it plus experience into a $99 course. So
let's say somebody's getting into this space for the first time.
Yeah.
Give them a playbook on how to approach this entire industry.
So you want to come into the game and you want to try everything you can try as quickly as possible. Give yourself the first 6 months. Try everything. Buy all the courses. Do demo 2-3 weeks. Fund that account $100-$200 as quickly as possible. You want to blow as many accounts as you can blow. Small accounts will keep it low, because your ability to learn depends on how quickly you can blow those accounts, because we as human beings, we learn more from our failures than we learn from our achievements. We learn more in failure than we learn from our achievements.
Is there even anything to learn from achievements?
Yeah, exactly.
You've achieved them.
You've achieved it. We hardly go back to our achievements and be like, okay, this is what I learned from this. But when something don't do you strong thing like this, you remember. You don't blow account, so you would remember. And another thing that really helped me fast track my trading success was my ability to journal my trades. You don't have to journal anymore. Just screenshot your charts before the setup happens, during the setup, the trade, and after. 4. Just create a folder on your desktop as it's forming, whilst it has formed, the entry, and how it played out. 4. You do this for 4-5 months. You go back and you look at, you just be like, I was so stupid for this trade. I was so silly for this trade. See, the trick, or rather the hack to Forex, is your ability to understand the reoccurring patterns in the market. All we are doing as technical analysts is interpreting reoccurring patterns in the market. Head and shoulder, wedge, falling this, retracement on this. So like when you see a setup, you trade it because it is a setup that you're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Good. It's all about your ability to spot patterns in the market. Now, how can you enhance your brain to spot those patterns in the most effective way possible? Anytime you see them, just document them. Screenshot, and then you go back and check. When you look at why I'm such a fantastic trader is because I've been looking at the charts for so long that I can decipher between a profitable and a not profitable trade setup. And that's just what Forex is about.
Nothing moves you anymore.
Nothing moves. So that is why I can just sit and just be like, okay, I'm not going to place this particular trade because this trade has stopped me out before, or I'm interested in this trade because it has made me a lot of money before. It's as simple as that. Buy all the mentorships, learn everything you want to learn, try it, test it on live accounts, small live accounts, get it out of the way as quickly as possible, fail fast and fail forward and move. As you're failing, be documenting. You get to a point where I'm a superstar in this shit. Like, I've seen this setup before. Could it work?
Then how do you scale it?
You just add more money to your trading account. That's how you scale trading. How is you scale trading? That's it. So what it is by the time you've seen the patterns form so many times, now you understand your own the conditions that suit you best. Okay? And then you can now set up in a mechanical trading strategy, based on what you've practiced and has worked over time. You're like, okay, for example, I like when the market is bearish, trending downwards. It's easier for my brain to interpret bearish setups.
Ooh, okay.
I like sell-offs. It's just how I like to trade. Maybe because when the year I made the most amount of money, which was 2014, Euro USD dropped like 2,000 pips. It was one of my best trading years ever. Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro JPY, all of them were just falling. ADS. So drop counter trend line, drop, retrace, bam, Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, swing low. When you pull inside, move. So now I just
as they go down,
as they fire, they go. That's why you hardly see me post buy setup. Maybe I'll post a quick trend reversal buy and just catch it there, but or the market has to be trending really nicely to the upside, like S&P 500, which is a pair I like to trade, an instrument I like to trade a lot. It's a bullish thingy. So I've been trading it for so long. I understand what the pullbacks look like. That's another thing. Try and familiarize yourself with certain Forex instruments. Yes, so that you understand how they like to pull backs, what the setups look like, stuff like that. What kind of levels do they respect? For example, AUD USD would respect round numbers. 0.600, 0.700. These are 1,000 pip gaps. Anytime we get to a round number, AUD USD must always respect it. Even if we bridge it, you'll see you'll come back and then play around there. So yeah, just screenshot your trades, bro. It's as simple as that.
So now that we're talking about this, right? Can you explain to us, like, theoretically, what top-down analysis is?
So the top-down analysis is very simple and straightforward. So the ideology behind the top-down analysis is this. You see, as with everything we do in life, people who have a bigger perspective on anything always have the upper hand, from politics to business to your elders in your family. That's why they say what you can see standing on top of the Burj Khalifa, an elder can see sitting down. Why? Because he's been there, done that. He can see a very broad perspective, and that's why we use Google Maps, right? Google Maps tells you where there's traffic, where to turn left or turn right. So the top-down analysis is no different. It's your ability to go and zoom out on the biggest time frames and see the direction in which the market is heading to anyways. Okay? What direction is this market going to? How can you trade without direction? It's not possible. A lot of traders, the problem is they're just on lower time frames trading. They have no clear direction. So the top-down analysis is your ability to go on those higher time frames, identify the overall perspective, overview of the market. Once you get it, for example, Euro USD looks bearish right now. The higher time frame is pointing downwards. Scale down to a lower time frame, and all you're looking for is sell setups. The probabilities of you getting a winning trade from a sell setup in a market that's overall dropping, it's higher, and you catch more pips because the trend is your friend. The fundamentals of trading price is the fact that the trend is your friend. So why do you want to go? Imagine swimming against Ted Milan bridge water. Water the flow like your flow. You crush you. Yeah. But if you just take a small canoe and drop it and just go and chill and be moving in the direction in which the current is going, it will just glide you into profitability. This way, click your trades. The market is working for you. The Forex market is designed to work for you. People who are always in front of their screens don't make that much money. The market is designed to work for you. And the only way you can get Forex to work for you is if you treat it as an investment vehicle. Place your trades in the direction of the flow of the market and close your laptop and go and play outside and come and chill with my guy right here.
Place your trade.
Yes.
Close your laptop.
Yes. Put your stop loss and you'll take profit.
Yeah, definitely.
And come and hang out with the big boys outside. You know,
that makes so much sense.
And just lock in your profit as time goes on. It's as simple as that. So that's my honest advice. Obviously, I teach it on the Forex Mastery Program. Click the link down below. Don't forget.
Don't forget to click the link down below. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of goodies.
Yeah.
And when we're just speaking, somebody just messaged me. I just looked at my phone and I saw that said that I should ask you.
Yeah, sure.
Is there a promo code for Willis Capital?
So we just finished. By the time this episode goes out, I doubt there will be a promo code. But usually, most of last year, we were doing a sales campaign every 2 months or every month. But now that we're a fully established prop firm, we might not be doing that many sales campaigns anymore because it's not really good for us as a business. It cheapens the brand. You know, people. People do is they don't buy accounts; they just strategically wait for us to go on sales. So it's just, people are weird. So the COO, Obina at Willis Capital, shout out to Obina, very intelligent guy. You know, Obina said, boss, this year we have to do things differently. Not that many sales campaigns. So now, if you see a sales campaign, you have to take advantage of it. You have to take advantage of it, but. On a normal day, no more promo.
Maybe we can get one for this video.
Okay, you know what? Let's do one for this video.
Let's go. Let's go.
So if you're watching this video, we'll do it. The promo code will last for a week. 5 days. Shalom, don't forget. So we'll put your name at director, and then the probably 50% off. No, 30% off.
50.
What should we do? 30.
Give me 50. Give me that 50.
I can't say 50 because, Willis Capital is so big right now that there are certain decisions that I don't even make by myself anymore. You have to consult the senior management, the CMO, the COO, the CFO. There are people with the
30% is actually
30% is fine. I think I can appeal to the people at Willis Capital, so we do 30% off. So that's how structured Willis Capital is. It's beyond Dapo Willis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a promo code.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fly this one.
Direkta 30.
Direkta 30, yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah, Direkta 30. Yeah.
You get any
account size. Yeah.
Any account
Direkta
size
30.
With 30%.
Let's not forget about W Markets as well. Well, at the time this video is going to go out, we would have launched one of the biggest Forex brokers on the African continent. Yeah, W Market is going to be.
That reminds me. So there's this guy wanting to sell something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a website? Is it a domain?
I don't know.
He bought the domain for $10. He's offering it to you at 30,000.
He must be a very inconsequential keyboard warrior. That's how they did. But I saw. Obviously, they brought it to my attention.
Nigga was looking for your attention in
so bad
any
way possible.
I don't play in the entire Forex TL so much because I'm focused
busy,
trying to build my stuff.
Yeah.
But anytime I go and I see this guy hunting you, trying to reach beats, maybe saying something that will trigger you.
And I just didn't give him any attention, right? I, to be honest, I didn't even notice the guy. I won't even lie to you. Like, it wasn't until they brought it to my attention, and then I looked, and I saw this guy was trying to, I think something about the domain name. So they say he bought a couple of domain names, and whether he thought we were not going to launch because he got, but like, I'm not going to say we have a broker going live in 30 days if we don't have a domain name. That's crazy. We already had W Markets had been ready 6 months before I mentioned it. I just couldn't launch it because I needed Willis Capital to turn 1 year old. We had the platforms ready. We had everything, because it's the same platform we're using for Willis Capital that we'll use for W Market. As at the time we were doing it, obviously we're working on bringing MT4 and MT5 back. Should be back pretty soon, inshallah. Fingers crossed. Should be back maybe. Don't know when this is going to go live, but by the time this goes live, we should have MT4 and MT5 back. So it's crazy for anybody to think that they will stop the launch of my brokerage firm just because you went and they thought I was going to call it Willis Markets, and just because I called it Willis Capital.
Yeah.
No. As a matter of fact, at some point we would have to take the Willis out of Willis Capital. We'll have to rebrand Willis Capital because it's bigger than Dapo Willis. At the end of the day, and
Going global.
it's going global,
Anybody
man.
can be on the board of directors.
Anybody, at the point I will step down as CEO. Like, I've built a sustainable Forex trading platform here. It's beyond the Dapo Willis brand. And then, bro, I need to drop one bombshell before I go. You will not believe that just because it's called Willis Capital, influencers no degree. When we try and sign influencers, they'll be like, Willis. So what does that mean? So I'll work for Dapo Willis. Lie. Bro, it's wild. I'm not joking. Wild.
Is that much hate?
The hate is crazy. You understand what I mean? And obviously, most other people's prop firm did shut down, right?
Yeah.
Whereas ours is still standing. It's probably going to be here for like till that kingdom come.
I wanted to ask that question.
Influencers, so we had to work with, like, they will not. Even we have a podcast, which you need to come on. They told one of the big traders, other big traders, like, okay, forget about Willis Capital. Come on our podcast. Anything that has to do with Willis Capital, I will not do it.
Is the hate that deep?
It's deep, bro. Shit, wild. I wasn't going to say much of it here. I was going to save that part for the Profitable podcast when I get on our podcast, but obviously I'll give you some tea. Some snippets right there for you. Just because it's called Will, there's Willis there. Yeah. Never. There was a time the brand manager for Willis Capital reached out to another trader. There was a time we reached out to another trader, and she was like, tell your boss to reach out to me directly. I don't talk to boys. I'm telling you, crazy. Willis Capital PR team, they suffer. They see shaking pro max. I'm telling you, it's wild.
I mean, it's business you're proposing, so
Nah, bro. Like, what do you
cares
mean?
who is reaching out?
They're joking. They'll be like, for what? Willis Capital. We try and bring traders to. That's why you probably notice most of the time you see only Dapo Willis talking about it. Because the influencers we try to bring on, either they're asking for ridiculous amounts of money, or they just won't promote it because it has Willis on it. So I've decided to take
even
Willis
after
out
seeing 1 year of success.
I've had to take it. But although we have influencers that are friends of the brand, obviously, I have my friends within the industry as well. But when you talk about all that, it's wild. They'll tell you why. Like, no way. The hate is real, so it's what it is. So at the end of the day, we would have to remove the Willis. I'm just saying it here. I was telling them in the office, we might have to remove the Willis from Willis Capital. So if anytime you see Willis Capital being rebranded, it will still sound very similar. I don't want to say the name because obviously we have that
Somebody
online bandit. He's a keyboard online bandit is what you are. I'll address you one here and one last time. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your mates are using what they have upstairs to better their lives. You, as intelligent as you are, you should be fostering for bigger and better things. But you are there in the corner of your house being a thief, an online bandit. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. I try to keep it civil most of the time. Or, it's a bandit, man. And I don't negotiate with terrorists, especially online terrorists. And that's what you are. You are an online terrorist.
I wish I could remember this guy's name. I wanted to
know. But he knows himself. He's an online bandit. Forex Blog Africa will definitely carry this. Forex Blog Nigeria, the blogs will carry this, and they know who the person is. You are an online keyboard bandit, a terrorist, and I don't negotiate with terrorists. So that's my response to you. So I won't say the name of what we're going to rebrand Willis Capital to, but it will be very similar. So if for any reason you see the name changes a bit, just don't be scared. No, we're still here. We just want to remove Willis from it so that I want to prove to the world that what we have built is bigger than Dapo Willis. It's for everybody. The platform is for everybody to use. Why everybody just say Willis did there, lie. I don't go put her there. You understand? So I have to take Willis out of it, but that's fine. That's how selfless I am. It's not about pride. It's not about my name. I'm building things that are bigger than bigger than me.
Let's talk about your prop firm. Right?
Let's go.
Let's talk about your prop firm.
Yeah.
Before we round up.
Yeah.
The success of your prop firm is 1 year.
Yeah.
And not for one day have I heard. I mean, we know prop firms. We've seen prop firms come and go, right? It's either somebody is requesting for a payout and nobody is paying them. Yeah. Like it's one drag to another. We had the other one fold up even after promising everybody that nothing is ever going to happen.
Which one was it called? I think we should call. They were talking about companies here. Call names.
Empero. Is it Empero?
So we've had.
What's the name of that produced prop firm?
Mike. Funded, Express funded, I think.
Express, yes. So Express funded ended even after all the promises, right? We had the other one, Consummate.
Yeah, packed up as well.
Packed up even after all the promises, right? But then Willis Capital is here. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you've survived this long? Not just survived this long. Without any scandal. So
when it comes to I don't just have a Forex background.
Yeah.
I don't just I have a finance background and I have a business background. And there's a very, very big difference between being an influencer, being a hype person on social media, and actually running a business. It's a huge difference. And I'm done with this podcast now. I have to go to the office. It's 4:30. I'm going to be there. We're having round of day calls. I need to see head of customer service. I need to see head of sales. I need to see, back office, dev, W markets. As I'm talking to you right now, they are testing the platform, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I'm not just a Forex trader or the guy who makes noise on social media. I'm a businessman. I'm a chief executive officer of those entities. Mm. Now, when it comes to running a business, there are a lot of things go into it. You need to be able to prioritize the well-being of your customers. And from the very first day, I said to the Willis Capital team, I said, head of customer service, his name is Damilare, I said, whatever we do, we would take our customers and we would romance their needs to the best of our abilities. Yeah. And that even when they are displeased with us, with the way we handle queries, we can turn a very angry customer that is about to run to social media into a loving and loyal customer. True. That even when they are not happy, they will still come back and be like, for the way you helped and handled my situation, I like you guys.
Even though I was angry.
Even though I was angry. So that was the culture I built at Willis Capital. Customer first. In fact, if the issue gets to me, screenshot. This morning I've already dealt with 4 queries before I got here. Screenshot it. I just drop it. What's going on? If the CEO has dropped what's going on, everybody's scrambling. What's going on? You get what I mean?
Get it fixed up
immediately. Yeah. They said, the guy said I was breached. I don't know what happened there. They will come. The back office can come back to me and say, but sir, he actually. The truth is, people they breach their account. Hey, people they breach. People they breach their account. People trade recklessly. But they come to me and they're like, but sir, I feel I was just. Okay, I hear you. I understand your plight. You've invested your hard-earned money and you feel like you don't go. It's not a nice. I told customer service, like, you're dealing with people that they've lost their money for one reason or the other, and you're being mean to them. No, you need to calm down and talk to them. Calm down. We take the queries, and I, as the CEO, can request for a manual review. I'm not saying everybody bombard me with messages, but I'm just saying the customer service is they request for a manual review of this account. And depending on how things have panned out, I can then say, okay, if he's in phase 2 and he got breached in phase 2, you can let him start the phase 2 again. I told them, because at the end of the day, you treat people anyhow, they will go and they will never come back.
Yeah.
But this is how we can handle our customer base, that even when they are not exactly, when they are profitable or they are not even profitable, they will still come back to us. So we're a customer focused business. That's how I run all my entities, and that W Markets is no different. From even our investors and everything, I'll be up all night for one customer. I can sack somebody in my company. I go, they know me at the craze. I will sack you. Why? Why is it? Don't matter. Even if it's a $3,000 account, which is going for $39 or for somebody put $40 in my company, is a big deal for me. Oh. So I treat every single customer. Do you understand? Like they are king. Take care of them very well. So even when there were minor issues here and then, nobody was going to go to the internet to start talking rubbish that Willis Capital did, because they know, make I just deal with these guys. Last, maybe the issue was from me, and they will come back and they will buy another account. Customer service first, that's one. Two, we also ensured that we had our books in check. We were paying out when we said we were going to pay out. We didn't promise payouts in 24 hours. We didn't promise payouts in 48 hours. We said within 5 days you will get your payout. I didn't care. If you like, don't trade with us. You see, these 5 days is what we can do, and that's what we'll do. The problem with most prop firms out there was they were over-promising and under-delivering.
Unrealistic promises.
Yes. When you're marketing, that's why for the first 6 months you didn't really hear people really we didn't really advertise Willis Capital, because we wanted to handle this little we could handle and understand the business.
Build the foundation.
Yeah, build the foundation and understand it. And say, okay, this is how much comes in from subscriptions, and this is how much money we're making from when we send traders to the live phase. This is the inflow and this is the outflow, before we can come out here and start saying that same day we will give you your withdrawal. You understand? So we said 5 days. Either you like it, if you like it, you stay. If you don't like it, you go. So then some traders ran off to other prop firms that were promising same day, next day it became no day. But Willis Capital, we pay out. So, and as we're growing, we've reduced the payout time from 5 days to 4 days. I think we're at 72 hours now. And as time goes on, we will now get to a point whereby it is instant withdrawal. But you grow like this. So that's why you've not heard anything about Willis Capital. We don't deny payout. We have the money. But better still, the CEO, I get bread. So I'll pay you.
Better still, the CEO get bread.
I get bread, so I'll pay you. You get what I'm saying? I'll pay you. I'm not squandering my money on rubbish, so hope that answers the question.
Good. I mean,
click the link down below, get Willis Capital account.
And at this point, I think I can shout click the link below, because you're not just clicking the link below to get Willis Capital, you're clicking the link below to also secure your 30%.
Yeah, 30%.
Which you're not going to see any time after this video. So
no.
click the link. The earlier the better.
For your life.
For your life.
Change your life.
You can get multiple accounts and keep them.
Yes, change your life.
I have somebody build a structure of how you can buy 5 pro firm accounts, and I mean be reckless in 3 and be conservative in 2. You understand? Like
whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it, man. Just be profitable. We want profitable traders.
And get so now talking about that, I mean I am seated here with a prop firm CEO.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I read somewhere, where did I see that information, or was it a video I watched, that prop firms don't really give live accounts, right? That everything you do is all still in the demo. Then you get paid, you get your payouts from the money other people. I don't know if you understand that business structure.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you now, as a CEO.
So you're trying to ask me, how do I run Willis Capital? Is that the same model?
Yes.
Okay, so to answer that question, it's very simple and straightforward. So the prop firm model that was being marketed heavily on social media is exactly what you've just said. Get the money from subscriptions as much as you can, and then have enough cash on your books to eventually pay out to the small number of traders that eventually get live funded and then are profitable.
Then when people make like huge profits, you see them having problems.
And then they have issues and then they shut down.
Yes.
So that was what was happening. That's why it had a mass casualty when it came to prop firms. What we did differently is, what people don't actually understand is prop firms is just a short way of saying proprietary trading. Proprietary trading floors have been in existence for decades. In London, I've had the privilege to intern at a proprietary trading firm. So I understand the dynamics of a proprietary trading firm. And I now looked at the whole thing, what was happening on social media in terms of prop trading and, what was obtainable in the real proprietary trading world. So I looked at both of them and I found a way to be able to take the positives from both, and I used that to build Willis Capital. So what did I do? You see, there's something called an A book and a B book. So an A book is basically when you place your trades, it goes straight to the live market, right? A B book is when you place your trades and the trades are kept on the broker's balance sheet. It doesn't go to the live market. Every broker does that, by the way. Yeah. So what prop firms were doing was they were B booking everything. Nothing was going to the live market because they were banking on the fact that what traders will fail because the success rate is not that high. So on paper, it made sense, right? But I said, why don't we do something a bit differently? Yeah, let's C book this whole thing. If we get to the live phase and we see that this trader is, based on how they performed in phase 1 and phase 2, they're a very profitable trader, automatically we would put them on the live market. This way is no risk to us. You go to the live market, we'll fund you live. He has shown he can trade, right? He bought a $20,000 account size, then give him an actual $20,000. If he has proven in phase 1, phase 2, that means phase 3, he will make money on this 20K from the live market. When he closes his trade, we'll close the trade for him, made from 20 to 30K, we'll close at 30K, and we'll pull from our liquidity provider, we'll have 30K, and then there's no issue. We have the money directly from the market liquidity pool. We can pay him his money, and take his 80%, we'll keep our 20%. So we would use machine learning to understand how traders performed in phase 1 and phase 2. That now determine what kind of treatment they got on the live round. However, we also have situations whereby traders were also reckless in the live round. So if you are reckless in phase 1 and phase 2, the back office will not exactly put you in the live market straight away. They will put you still on our books for a while, and we'll watch you as you start to become profitable. Then we'll push you to the live market. But regardless of how or where we've put you on our C book, you click close trade and you redraw that money, we'll pay you. Either we pay you from our in-house books or we'll pay you from the live market. So this is how we've been able to minimize risk. You're a profitable trader, we can't keep you on our books. We have to put you in the live market, right? So live traders, top traders, good traders, live market. So we have no risk with that. It is the market business. When you trade well, close the trade, we pay you from there. So the money for the profitable traders that are very good was not coming from our pocket, was not coming from subscriptions. It was coming from that trader actually trading profitably on the live market. So it's a C book. You balance it out, right? It's a combination of A and B book.
I like the fact that you didn't say, oh, that's a lie. No, everybody.
No, it's true. That's different between me and all the niggas that don't go to school.
Because actually, that's
niggas don't go to school, come here shouting.
You
steady bombing up and down the open.
I like the fact that you didn't just say, "Oh no, that's a lie. We are only just trading." You said that is a thing.
Yeah, because I'm an educated man. I understand how the business works.
I think I always, now that you've explained the C book side, I've seen how possible that is with machine learning. Because I've always advocated the fact that no, you guys are not actually trading live. Because I have friends, right? I've never bought a prop in my life. I have friends, but then when they get into it, they make profit of $300, they get paid. $500, they get paid. But when the profits start entering in the 10Ks, 11.
So what usually happens is, even at Willis Capital, there was a particular time we had a payout threshold, right? So anything above $5,000, we will not be able to pay you within 5 days. You will have to go into the 7th day.
Okay.
So that was what we did, that to be able to protect the amount of cash we had on our books, because we need to keep cash on that. We need to have a set. It was a rule that I set. So I run Willis Capital like a bank.
Crazy transparency here, to be honest.
Yeah, I run Willis Capital like a bank. The banks always have to have a certain amount of cash on their books. You go to certain banks, if they reach particular threshold for the end of the week, they'll tell you there's no cash in the branch. You've heard that story before. There's no cash in the branch. There's money, but they have internal guidelines that ensure the sustainability of that institution. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the early stage of Willis Capital, push for withdrawals above 5K, we would have to delay it till the 7th day, just so that we can stabilize our cash flow and our books and all that, and then you get paid out. But obviously, as we've grown, we've amassed a lot more money, because our capitalization was not that much at the time. You get what I mean? But as we've grown, we've taken on more cash, we've invested more money into the business, we can now pay out as much as you guys want in a short period of time. Maybe if you want payout of $1 million now, we might not be able to pay you $1 million on the same day. We'll say, okay, can you give us at least 72 hours for us to prepare your $1 million and wire it to you? That is just to give us enough time.
You are showing everybody you get paid.
You get paid. Have you ever heard that a Willis Capital trader didn't get paid? It's not possible. It's not possible. We have money, we have bread. We have bread to pay you guys. Like, you get what I mean? Like,
there's enough bread.
People, yeah, apart from people, they buy our accounts, they charter the account. People, they buy Willis Capital account. If I open my phone now, probably
guys,
since we started this segment, if I open my phone, tell you how many accounts that we have sold. If they like, since I've been here, maybe almost like 2,000 accounts they've.
Go and
you get what I mean? And the traders on the live round, because of our machine learning, have been profitable. So we have funds coming in from subscription, we have funds coming in from live round. Like, the books are balanced.
I feel bad for the people buying right now.
Why?
Because we just declared the 30% discount, but they can't get it because they've not heard it.
They've not heard
the video is not out yet.
No, but that's 50% is going on right now.
Oh, 50% is going on.
Yes, but after 50 now, no more 50%. No, when this video goes out, your 30%. So you just tell Shalom, my video is out, it's coming out. So they'll create the code, activate it for a 5-day period. And depending on how you guys go, maybe we extend it for another 2 days, for 7 days. But get it within 5 days. I'm not sure, but 5 days.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're clicking the link
down below.
Your own.
So that's the most transparent way to explain the operations of a proprietary trading firm. You can castigate me for it. It's your business. Willis Capital is still standing, and it will stand forever. That's how you run. That's how you run it. So
yeah, everybody's clapping.
That's how you run. And we'll go into brokerage. I'll be back when we have our brokerage, and I'll tell people it's how you run a brokerage firm.
Easy transparency.
And when I buy the bank, I'll be here.
And when you buy the country,
and when I become president of Nigeria, I will tell you how to run country.
We'll be here.
We'll go run every.
So thank you. This has been an amazing session, to be honest.
As always.
Me personally, I've learned a lot, and I've come to see the entire market differently.
Yeah.
And I believe every other person in this studio have actually learned a lot. And we have exclusive content in here. I mean, you guys watch him build his business, how 2025 is going to be. You guys watched it live here.
You heard it here first, man. On Direkta Radio, man.
Let's
Mic check 212, Direkta 105 Radio FM, man. Tune in and click the link down below.
Is this mic working?
Don't forget to subscribe.
all right. So let's round up.
Yeah.
Final thing. What do you? Yes. Final. So we're done. What do you say to somebody that just finished from school and they are confused? They don't know what to do. They are done with school. They are out.
Okay, so just like the same advice for newbies when it comes to Forex trading, you want to try as many things as you can try. You never know until you try. You don't know what you're gifted at. You don't know what you're talented at. I mean, my videographer was here, probably was doing something else. One day he picked up the camera and said, I actually like this. I think I have an edge when it comes to looking for angles and, crazy. But sorry to digress. You asked me a question, how do I hire people, right?
Yes.
My videographer, I tell you the story how I met him, how I hired him. I was outside, like I was on the balcony. That day I couldn't sleep. It was like 5:30 a.m., 6. So I was on the balcony. I used to stay in this really nice apartment in Oniru, overseeing the water. So he was just walking in with like tripod stand, I think he came for a shoot. I said, you be cameraman? Like, yeah. Yeah. As they take this number and call me, and he called me. He's my videographer ever since.
Just like that.
That was 2 years ago.
Shit.
That was the first FME. It was before FME, yeah. Jeffrey Benson's first event. I think that was around that time. So, yeah. So he probably just picked up the camera one day. I was like, let me just try out my luck and see what it is. So you're out there, guy. Try everything. You are young. You have time on your side. The reason why I'm such a successful Forex trader was when I started, I told myself, you have time. You have time. Now is the time to fail. Try everything. Don't be afraid. At 30, you still be young. I mean, don't I look young? Yeah. I just said to myself, bro, at 27, you will still be young. Imagine you're 17 now. So I have 10 years. There's no way in 10 years I cannot make something work. So try everything. Try it fast. And say by 27, no worry, Lambo go show. Just give yourself time. But you want to buy Lambo at 21, 22, it go hard you. Use now and try everything out. If it's graphic design, if it's this video, anything, bro. The social media, way social media works right now, you can use anything and blow. Yeah. Anything, bro. I'm telling you how to water plants. How to water plant. You see I watch the craziest videos on TikTok. And those guys making bread online. So do everything, do anything, obviously legally. Try it out, and then the one that you feel like, I have a knack for this, people are paying me for it, hold on to it, and then sprinkle social media, the seasoning on top of it, and watch that soup cook on sweet. We'll chop up.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Giving us your time. I mean, people will not know that it was not easy to get you here. They will think, because people will always ask me, Director, how do you get? It's not. No. We're planning.
Cancelled so many times. Yeah. Sorry.
I think the last one I was like, I told Shalom, just give me a date that would work. I don't mind. Just give me the date.
Well, I made a promise. I said I was going to do it in January, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you said you were going. You said you were going to. So thank you.
So what I wanted to do was But what I wanted to do was, I actually wanted to jump on Profitable Podcast. Then we aired that one before it came here. But our new studio wasn't ready because we just moved to our new office, Willis Capital and W Markets, where we celebrated the 1 year. Yeah. It's a huge studio there.
I didn't know that was the celebration. I would have come there. I did not know. When Charlotte told me you had an engagement that Friday, I didn't know it was an event.
Yeah, so it was just celebrating the people that built Willis Capital. We had to celebrate them, you know. So I wanted to jump on Profitable because at first, but they were taking forever. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. And let me give you. I had things I wanted to say for Profitable Podcast, but I've given you.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. All right, guys. I believe you've learned a lot because in this podcast we actually moved from Forex to marriage to life to we kind of touched everything.
Yes,
to business, to family, everything. And if the Forex part did not work for you, the marriage part will work for you, or the family part.
Make money before you marry.
Very, very sure you learned something, right? So do well to subscribe again and check the description for the links. If you want to connect, I mean, at this point, Dapo is a very big name in the industry.
I think so. I tried.
Over a decade experience. So you cannot say you don't know him. It's not possible. I say it's not possible. So, but then check the description for links where you can follow him, catch up with him. If you want to learn how to trade from him, his YouTube channel is there. I'm going to still tag it in the description. Go watch videos for yourself because you can't learn if you don't watch those videos, basically. And if you want to take it a notch further, get the Forex Mastery course for $99, right? Yeah. And if you're already good with trading, you want to get funded, Willis Capital is there for you, and the brokerage is coming also. I think this video will come out before the brokerage, or whichever. If the brokerage is out before the video, the link will be in the description. So that being said, thank you very much for tuning in to Direkta Show. Let's wrap it up.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.